I'm gonna record this too because I'm gonna upload this after the stream's over. Ignore this. I was mixing and I don't know. My ears just got tired of mixing, so I just like streamed. I just started streaming. I'm deleting this EQ. We can ignore this, but basically, yeah, I got an AT2020 for my mic. It's pretty ass. I wanted 102, but I'm gonna try and explain like melodies today. This stream, this video, is gonna be trying and explaining, you know, melodies, my thought process behind it. That's why I got the face cam and the mic going today. Fuck. Okay, hold on. System is being retarded. I guarantee you guys I'm paying for this. Please, thank you. Okay. Some melodies, right? They're not hard, they're not easy. What I've learned is that my melodies don't suck, my sound selection sucks. Like the sounds I was using for my melody were terrible. Like, let's pull up a key, like it's random ass key, right? How I like to start my melodies is I just like to place down bass notes, you know. You know, right there, that would be a bass, that would be a melody right here already, and then I'll just play off of it. You know, so this right here could be a melody already. So that's how I could like click in my melodies fast. I always start off with like my bass notes, and then I try and like go off my bass notes, you know, try and make a counter melody. So I try and make like a counter melody to my melody, and all this is, it's literally just chords moved. Like this is a chord. There's no chord here, but this is a chord, this chord. Like it's literally just, it's literally just chords spread out. So you could start with chords or you could start with bass notes. For this tutorial, I'm going to use something I almost never use because I only use, what is it, C flat major, and then I just, so C flat major, I'm gonna show you how this goes. The C flat major is as easy as it gets. Instead of it being all natural, it's just all flat. So this would be like the scale, well, the notes that I use: B flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, and then I would just pitch it to a different scale, like after I think the melody's done. But for the sake of the video, I'm gonna be using scale highlighting, minor natural, I think it is. I don't even know. I'll just pick a random ass scale, G sharp. So yeah, these white lines that you guys see, the white lines, that means it's in key. The black ones, these black lines, that means it's not in key. So I'm just gonna place down some chords. The root note's G. Oh wait, I have it mixed up because of my theme. I'm sorry. So for my theme, the black notes are in key, but the gray notes aren't in key. If I ooh, that didn't even help. Sorry, let me change that back to black. But if I change my theme, see if I can find a theme. Oh my god, my eyes. I like this citrus theme, but I'll just keep it a citrus theme. So yeah, the gray notes on like this part of the roll, these are all the notes that are in key. Okay, I'm sorry. What the? I'm confusing myself. Okay, so I'm in G sharp, so that means G. See, I don't even know theory. Okay, so these gray notes, this note right here would be in key. This will not be in key. So I would go root note, then I would do control left click, hover over the note, then shift left click, and then go up 1, 2, 3, and then do the same thing. Root note, control left click, shift left click, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's a chord right there. So right now the chord's sad. If I want to make it happy, I would take this A natural and move it up to a B flat. Now the chord's happy. Sad chord, this is sad. This is happy. And if I want to extend this chord, I would take this middle note and pitch it up. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, I'll pitch it up 7. And this is a minor 7th, I think. I don't know. So this is a chord that we could start off with. I'm gonna change this sound because I don't really like it. See, that's a cool sound. We can like build chords off of it. And if I want to make another chord, I would pitch this down, what, 1, 2, 3, or is it 4? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why I start off with bass notes, because with bass notes, at least I know if I'm in key or not. Like, I don't even know if this is C's not in. Wait, I have scale highlightings on, so I can just move it to if it's not in key. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking of. Okay, so this last note needs to be D flat. Alright, so now I'm gonna build the chords off of these notes. This is the top note is what I'm building my chords off of. So that means these 3 notes need to be in key, but we want to keep the same concept in mind. So this root note, we need to go 7 down from here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need to go 10 down from here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then from this A flat, we need to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we do the same thing, but this time we go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with this chord, we need to go down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So did the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, sorry. Copy it. 1, 2, 3. Copy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That sounds weird. So I won't do a chord here. Yeah. So already this is a melody. Like, this is already a melody in itself. I'm gonna change the sound again. I like to do that a lot. I like to chase my sounds a lot, especially while building a melody. Alright, and then, you know, this second part, I just like to keep it different. Usually I'll just take the melody and pitch it down. How much should I pitch it down? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normally. And then I just tweak the notes that aren't in key and just put them in key. But right now everything's in key, so I don't have to tweak anything. Alright, so now that we have the chords laid out, we can like add a counter melody on top. And for the counter melody, you just want to keep it in key, so this is in key, that's in key, this is in key. You know, that's all in key. So we just want to copy it from the gray notes. And I could literally copy this, and this would be a counter melody. And then I would have this be, I think, B natural, and everything should be in key. Oh no. So now I have like a melody. I have 2 melodies. So I have this, the chords. You could technically keep this and count that as a melody in itself, and then you have the counter melody on top. I'm gonna change the sound again because I don't like how this D flat sounds, specifically that D flat. You see how sound selection is so important? Like, sure, I know how to make melodies, but like, if I were to have this on some awfully horrid sound, it wouldn't sound good. Like, let's for instance, I mean, what does this sound like? Like, I don't think this is a good sound for this melody. I would go back to the other sound that I just had. I don't even know what it was. I think it was Aquarium. And then it's another thing I like to do with making melodies. If I do start off with chords, I'll just copy the chords, and just put them on another track, and then like layer it with like a synth or a pad. I mainly do pads, sometimes plucks if like the main melody is already doing enough, and I'll just do a pluck. But this melody kind of needs, it has a lot of space, so I'm gonna see what the pads sound like in this bank. I like this pad. It's kind of ambient, but it still fills up the sound. What I'm doing here, I'm just taking the root notes here, and I'm just gonna pitch them down so we get some like a bass line going. Yeah. Alright, so we have all that, right? trying to see here because that B flat sounds out of key, but it's in key. It's fine. So we have like, you know, the main melody, kind of like an ambient kind of melody. And then another thing you could do is just take this. I don't know why I would do that. So come here, right click on the thing, click copy, paste it onto another sound. You could use the same link or anything else, and then you can just, I do this all the time, just pick any ARP. That's not a good ARP. Not a good ARP. Not a good ARP. Oh yeah, that's a decent ARP. It's not the best, but I'm not gonna spend 10 hours looking for a good ARP. So I like to throw my ARP in the mixer track and use half time and do the loop option of 1/2, and this is what it will sound like. You see what I'm saying? So also another thing you could do here, okay, I did solo it. I was like, let me solo it. If you think, okay, well, this melody is, or you felt your melody, you know, enough already, or you're just like, oh, it's too basic, you could just flip it like this. You get a whole new melody just like this. Or I kind of like how it starts on the B natural and then I want it to go down, so hold on. So I'm trying to think of the note. Dun dun. Would that be the root note? So the top note needs to be the root note. Okay, I gotta get the chords in key first. A, B. Okay. Let me see if this is right. This is what I'm hearing. So how much should I move this up? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. So if I move these up 3, what's to be in key? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it isn't. Low key. I kind of liked it like that. Okay, so boom, we have a new melody. This was the original. Okay, here I'll copy this and then paste in the original melody in here. This is what I started off with. But you guys can understand, right? You can take one melody and turn it into more than just that one melody, because this is what I originally started off with. All I did was just remove this part, took this part, put this part at the start, and then instead of this being up here, I pitched it down until it was at the root note again. But I like this one better, so I'm gonna use the original melody that I had. And sometimes what I also like to do with my mellows is I like to like layer my main melody with like a key, and then layer that key with a synth that has halftime on it. It'll do like a cool effect. That's not a good synth sound. So about also once you get down sound selection, melodies will become like super easy. Like you won't even have to think when making melodies. That's decent, but I don't really like the bass notes. See, I like that it's ambient, but it's still moving. And if I play with the key, I think the key should still be able to have room to shine over the synth. Also, the reason why I said there's too much low was because I had an ARP playing, so that was low key my fault. And this ARP isn't even that good. Like, I would low key change this ARP. Let me keep halftime on. Alright, that's a good ARP. The ARPs in this bank aren't even that good, really. And then what I also like to do after, I think the melody is done, by the way. Like, I don't think I need to add anything else. I would just repitch it. Like, even though I know I'm using key highlighter for the tutorial, scale highlighting. I still like to repitch my melodies. Like, after they're all done, I still like to repitch them. So I'm gonna use the key to repitch it because the key is gonna be my main melody, and I'm gonna change the sound because I don't like this aquarium sound that much. I'm gonna see what the plugs sound like. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna repitch the melody to something that sounds a bit better. I'm gonna pitch it up because if I pitch it any down, my root notes, these notes, they're just gonna go to, you know, B1. We don't want that, so I'm gonna pitch it up. Alright, this is C major. I don't like C major that much because it just sounds too. Wait, no, there's a B flat in there. This would be, I don't even know what scale this in. What scale has one flat? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Okay, so this is pitched up too. Let me pitch it up one more. Yeah, that's better. Honestly, I'm gonna delete the ARP. I don't like it at all. It's doing too much, and it's not even like adding anything good to the melody. I'm gonna change this pad. Actually, I think the pad was fine. I'm gonna layer the chords with an ARP, but I'm not gonna use serum. Gonna use Electra X. And I'm just gonna pick a random bank I don't think I've ever used like this. I like that. Alright, now I gotta pick a different synth. I always chase myself, like, even after I say, oh, the melo's done, I'll always change the sound to see if I can find anything better. I mean it this time, but the mail's done. Okay. So after the mail's done, I'll send them to a mixer track, you know, just to get them ready for mixing. And then for mixing, all I literally do is just, you know, make a melody bus, send these 5, and then how I did that, selected all of them, I just did Control Shift, and I clicked the left click button on my mouse, and you can see you can select the track. And then I right click this arrow right here, not left click, right click, and then I do route to this track only. And now all of them are going to be routed to that specific track. And then all I do is just pull out an EQ and roll off low end. That's it, just so that there's space for the 808. Alright, so the mel's done. I don't think I need to add anything else, honestly. You know, like, it's gonna be a pretty repetitive melody. That's usually how all my melodies are when I use Serum. They're just like repetitive. And now it's time for drums. Drums are pretty simple. They're pretty easy, in my opinion. They're like the easiest thing to learn. But I'll still like explain my thought process on drums too. So for a clap, I'm gonna look for a clap that just sits over the melody. Like, this is one of my favorite claps because it works with like almost any beat I make. You want, and when you're picking hi-hats, you want to pick a hi-hat that's like present, like this. If I were to pick this hi-hat for this beat, it would sound dead. Like, this sounds like a shaker. This would be too harsh. This would also be too harsh. This would also be too harsh. This would just be non-existent. This would be non-existent. Same thing with this. Like, these 3 would just not appear in the beat. So you want something like this. It's not too harsh, but it's still present. And I also like to raise my velocities on my hi-hats too. Another thing I like to do is control L to legato the notes or make them long. And then to add like these notes, I like to just drag like this C note down and then shorten it. And then add a roll, all you have to do is like go over the note and do Alt A, and this will pop up. And that's how you add a roll. I'm sorry. You can add a roll like this. Add a roll like this. And something that I just learned, when you're adding in like rolls either below or above the C, you want to lower the velocity because it'll get harsh after you, like, if you're mixing or mastering your beats, if you do mix or master your beats, when I like listen back to my beats, I'm like, damn, these rolls are like harsh as fuck. It's because I'm not lowering the velocity. I could raise it a little bit. And usually for my hi-hat pattern, I usually like to do either like this, like just go into here, sometimes into here if I'm making a really repetitive beat, but mainly just into the 3 sign if I think the bounce is good. Before this 3, I'll just copy paste the rest. I'm gonna move this roll over here. Okay, honestly, I think this is fine. I like to have my rolls either before or after a clap. So as you can see, this first hi-hat roll, this one right here, if I mute the melody, it's right before the clap. And then the second roll's after the clap. I think I'm gonna move this octave lower. Okay, that's cool. Now we can just copy paste this. And then another thing I like to do, when I'm transitioning in between like the hi-hat measures, I guess, like at the end where this 5 is, I just take this roll and move it down where the A's are. And I'll do the same here at the end of the 8-bar loop. And then I'll just lower the velocities because, yeah. So now you just have a, I guess, basic hi-hat pattern. And then if you want to, you can like randomize the velocities, but that's optional. I don't normally do that. Also, I'm gonna lower the velocity because it's a bit too loud. Remember, I still gotta mix it. So now we got the hi-hat and clap down. I'm just gonna, yeah, keep it at max velocity because honestly, it only sounded harsh because the melody wasn't playing. Now, I like to do a counter snare, and this is my favorite counter snare, the one that Nick Mill used in Bandit. I don't know, it just works in like all my beats. You don't have to use this, you can use any snare that fits the beat, but I just think this Bandit snare just fits with any beat I make, like at all times. You're just probably gonna hear the snare in all my beats. I don't really care. It might FL crash, why is it not playing? Okay. You can add a snare one or two places. You can add it right before the clap, like right here. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me mute the mel so you guys can actually get an understanding. That's like basic snare placement. You can just loop that. Like that's a basic snare pattern right there. Or you can place one after, like here. You know, that's also basic. And just for the tutorial, I'll just keep it as basic as possible. So I'm gonna do this one where it's like after the clap. So that's also just a basic snare pattern. We can just loop it, and yeah, the snare pattern is basically done. Now another thing you can do with the clap pattern, you can layer it with a snare. Like if you can find a good snare. I'm just using this as an example. I'm not gonna use this in a beat, but you can just layer the clap with a snare. Lower the velocity of the snare. I rarely do this, but that's something you could do. Alright, so now I like to add an 808 at this point. Now 808s are still what I'm working on, sound selection wise. 808s, for some reason I added 808. I'm like, it's this hard, and I like listen to beat. I would listen to the beat the next day. I'll be like, bro, this 808 fucking sucks. It happens with all my beats. I just feel like I can never find an 808 to fit the beat. And just for this tutorial, I'm gonna use spins, because spins works with almost every beat I've ever used. But yeah, depending on like the type of beat, if you're making like a rage type beat, this would work, I guess. I'm not trying to find one that's, this would work for a rage beat, this would work for a rage beat, so with this. But like if you're making like more melodic, I don't even know what would be good for melodic. Like spins, I guess. I use spins for all my melodic beats. It just works. And for the 808 pattern, normally you just copy like the bass notes. So I would just copy all these, and then send them to the 808, and then just tweak the pattern to, you know, my liking. With the 808, you do want to max out the velocity though, so you can actually hear it. And to hear it even more, I should not even to hear it even more, you can just add a clipper to, like, you know, the master. It would make the bass notes not sound weird. I don't know. I just saw Nick Muir do it, and I copied what Nick Muir did, because Nick Muir is probably my favorite, my goat when it comes to producing. It would be like Nick Muir and Rio. Those would be my two goats of producers. And I think I'm gonna keep it like this, because honestly, keeping your 808 spaced out, unless your melody isn't like, when you're adding, okay, that was a voice crack, but when you're adding stuff to your beat, you want to keep in mind, like, okay, it's the room for artists, and it's the also, like, you want to find pockets basically when you're adding stuff. You don't want to just like do this, like, bro, don't do that, that's ass, right? You want to find pockets. So boom, right there, I could literally just copy paste that, and that would be the 808 pattern. That simple. So yeah, that's how simple an 808 pattern could be. Just like 3 notes repeating over and over again. And then you can just layer it with a kick. I like this C foam kick, so I'm just gonna use it. But if you want a harder hitting kick, you want to find a kick with, like, here, let me show you all the waveforms. Where's one? This is a good, like, a one that'll clip. This is like a good one that would give more punch. This would be perfect. Like, listen to what this would do if I were to layer it with this kick. Okay. It's not punching as hard because I have that clipper. But yeah, if you want your beats to like really punch, just turn off the clipper. If not, then you can just keep it on. So yeah, I'm just gonna use the Seafoam kick because it's one of my favorite kicks, and I'll just use it. By the way, to make your kick go to this C note, it's Alt K, and I forget what it's like when you first open it. It's not gonna default to this. It's gonna default to something else. So I guess you could just copy these settings, and each time you do Alt and K, it's gonna go to C. I don't know what it defaults to. I totally forgot. And then I guess after this, you can add like extra percussion shit like pucks, whatever, open hats if you want to. You know, you can just add extra shit. You just want to make sure you find pockets for them so they're not like you know, doing random shit. Usually open hats or crashes go at the 1, but if you're adding like accent open hats, then it would go like, here, let me just pick one that actually sounds good. Yeah, like let's use this for example. I would place this here. You know what I mean? That's like a pocket for the open hat to go, and I would just loop it. So yeah, the main thing I want y'all to take away from this is like, your melodies don't suck, it's your sound selection. Like, you could have a good melody, but if you have the wrong sound, it'll sound like shit. Drums come from like, how I learned how to do my drum patterns was I used loops when I started. Like the first couple months of producing, I used loops like the first 2 to 3 months when I started off. So I just practiced on my drum pattern until I felt like my drums were good enough, and then I started looking into melodies, right? And okay, yeah, I'm practicing how to mix like vocals, so ignore all that shit. I would watch people like Nick Miller a lot. I mean, like a lot, and not just his you know, his tutorial videos. Like, you know, this is a amazing video. This taught me chords in 10 minutes. Well, not even 10 minutes. This taught me how chords worked. I used to watch this all the time when I was demotivated or didn't want to make any beats. I would just come back to this video and watch and be like, okay, you know what I mean? Or just Nick Miller's videos are just perfect. Sometimes I would even watch his streams. Well, not sometimes. I still watch his streams. You know, this guy's really obviously he knows his shit. He's a two-time diamond producer, about to be 3-time, 4-time diamond producer actually. He has 2 songs that are about to go certified diamond. It's a song by Tekka and one more song that's about to go diamond. So he knows his shit. You got Rio. This guy, I think Rio Leva is the best producer on YouTube. Like, out of all the producers I've watched on YouTube, this guy dumps on any producer I've seen. Like, he can literally take the sound of a toilet flushing, like if you recorded the sound of a toilet flushing, sent it to this guy Rio, he will make that into a platinum selling beat. I swear to God, this guy Rio is just like, I don't know. I know it's like mega glazed, but this guy is literally a wizard. I don't know. He just spawned in like when he was born. He just fucking had FL Studio pre-installed or some shit. Like this guy is a wizard at this shit. I don't understand how he's so good at making melodies. Like just spam watch this guy. This guy is insane at FL Studio. I'm not even glazed. It's not even like mega glazed. It's just the truth. But anyway, so it's like the two people I really recommend watching is Nick Miller and Rio. If you really want to get like better at melodies. Now I'm gonna go over mixing. When I mix, I like to start off with my drums. The loudest things I like in my drums are my 808s and my kicks. So I'll just lower them like to about around 12 dB. And then the clap and the hi-hat would just go under the 808. And then the clap sounds a bit dead, so I'm gonna raise it here. Just by like 2 dB, nothing too crazy. And then everything else is just gonna get tucked underneath the open the hi-hat and the what's it, clap. I can raise this a little bit because this open hat's normally quiet. Alright, and now we just mix the melody under the 808. I don't know why I add this limiter. I'm gonna be honest. I do not know why I add this limiter. I just saw Nick Miller do it in all his old streams, so I started doing it. I don't know what it does. I don't know why I put it in the master train. I just saw Nick Miller do it, and I do it. So don't ask me what the fuck this limiter is doing. I don't fucking know. But if you don't have L2, I use L2 to raise the volume of the beat. That's all it does. I like to put the output at 1, turn the shaping off, and turn the differ off, and then just lower the threshold until it's at 0 in the master. Now, if you don't have Waves L2, and you obviously I don't expect y'all to have Pro Q L2 because that's like $1,000 plugin. Ozone's good, but that also costs money. But they have one that's free too. Like this one's also free. You could just use Ozone, honestly. It does the same shit. You just raise it until it hits 0. See, it's peaking right there, so we'll just lower it. I'm sorry, you're supposed to lower this first, whatever this part is, and then you're supposed to boost it. The thing I don't like about Ozone though is that it still makes it clip. Even if you have the clipper and a limiter on, it'll still clip after. That's why I don't use Ozone. Like with the L2, I could pull this down. You see it never clips. Never clips at all. I don't know any other free ones. I don't know any like free ones y'all could use. Either you just don't mix the beat or find a free one that's really good, because I don't know any free ones apart from Ozone. Because I only use L2 because Waves L2 is just good. And another thing I do, if I think that 808 isn't punchy enough, this is another waves plugin. So if you don't have waves, you don't have to worry about this. But if I don't think that 808 isn't punchy enough, I'll add this plugin, this R bass, and all it does is just adds like another frequency, like another bass frequency to the 808, so it punches a bit more. And then I'll do the same thing to the kick. I'll just copy paste it, just so it punches a bit more. But I don't do that for all my beats, and I think it's fine for this one. Alright, so that's how I normally mix my beats. I just do a low end, you know, shelf and a bus with all the melody components going into the melody bus. So all these are going into the melody bus, and this bus is going into the master track, and inside of the bus it has a Pro Q. And then with the drums, I just have it going into a drum bus, which is going into the master. And in the drum bus, I don't normally add anything. If I'm like making a super melodic beat, if I'm spinning an hour or 2 hours on a beat, then I would add like, you know, a EQ, and then I would like add an EQ like this, and then I would just like create automation clip, you know, tweak it. That's just like arranging shit though. That's like not mixing shit. That's like arranging. That's literally this step. So I get a melody down, a drum pattern down, I mix it, get it mastered, and then, you know, now it comes to arranging. And how I like to arrange my beats, I like to start off with the mells first. So this would be intro, this would be like pre-chorus, chorus, chorus, verse, 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 and then bridge. Or I'll just do verse, verse, bridge, or verse, 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 bridge. So the intro is 16. The chorus, this is like a normal for me. Chorus would be 16. The verse would either be 16, or add 8, so 24. I don't know math, I'm sorry. 16 or 24, and then the bridge is obviously 8. So what I like to do, I just like to start off with like the melody and something ambient. And then I will remove the melody. I would just remove like one of the melodies, and then if I layered the melody like how I did here, I would just do this, like, you know, you just want to introduce a new sound. Alright, so boom, I already like that. So we're just gonna skip this because the chorus will have everything playing, unless you're making like a complicated beat, then you want to remove some shit. But since this is a repetitive beat, I don't have to worry about removing anything. I know this will sound good. So for the chorus, I mean the verse, I want to keep like the most ambient parts the loudest. So I would do this. Then I would remove the art, remove that, and keep the pad. And then I know this will sound good, so either I can make this a third verse, like another verse, or I could remove it and then just make this a bridge. And for the bridge, I think I just want these two to play. And for this beat, I'm just gonna have this as the verse and then have this as the bridge. And then I know that if I do this into this, it'll sound good. So yeah, I mean, but that just this just comes with like hours and hours if I'm making beats. Like I've making beats for almost 7 months now, which isn't a lot actually, but almost all my sessions are, on my off days, I can go up to like 8 to 9 hours making beats. If I have work, like I have work tomorrow and I had work today, I can make like 3 or 4 beats, so it'd be like a 3 or 4 hour session. Into the drums, it's the same shit with the melody. You just want to add new stuff. So normally with these open hats, I don't add them until the second half of the chorus. Same thing with the kick. I don't add the kick until the second half of the chorus. 808 is dependent. Usually with my beats, I don't start with an 808, but if the beats like, I don't know, like an underground type beat, Ken Carson type beat, I would just start with the 808s. But it depends on like what it sounds like. So I think with this beat, I'll keep the 808. Yeah, I would keep it. And with the kick, I only have the kick playing at the second half of the chorus. So we will move the kick here. And then with the open hats, it'll come in at the second half of the chorus, and then it'll continue to play during the verses. So whenever I loop this, there won't be no open hat, no kick. And then whenever I bring the chorus back in, it'll come back in as like a fresh sound. You just want to like try and keep everything, you know, like interesting to the listener. I gotta move this back one. And if I'm being honest, I think the melodies are too soft. Like the melodies aren't loud enough, so I'm gonna boost them a bit here. And another thing I like to do, since this beat would be repetitive, and I'm not gonna add anything else, I would loop the chorus. Well, not loop the chorus. I would just have the chorus looped, and then in the melody bus, I would add halftime to see what it would sound like. So where is it? I would just throw halftime on here just to see what it would sound like. Now, the bad thing about this is that the ARP already has halftime. So I'm double halftiming the ARP, which is really bad. So for this beat, I won't add halftime. And the only reason why I'd say normally I would see what it would sound like with halftime is because if it sounds good with halftime, then I'll add it to the melody bus, and then do create automation clip. And then when it's the what's it called, verse, I'll just add it in the verse and then remove it after the verse is over. This is what I do for like my repetitive beats. If I'm making, like, I've said this like 20,000 times, but like if I'm making a melodic beat, I would not do this because I would have like sounds to fill in for the verses. But this is just like a repetitive beat. So the only reason why I'm not gonna add it is because the ARP would sound like shit. Wait, this is better. I would just remove the ARP here. And sometimes I would add halftime to the start of my beat and then have it like fade out before the chorus. which actually I like it for this beat, so I'll keep it. Alright, and then another thing, well actually I did this for one beat. Actually I'll just show it in that beat. So yeah, I think this beat's done. Naming your beat doesn't matter. I'm just gonna name it tutorial beat 140 BPM. This is a beat for a tutorial. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all something else you could do with your with the halftime thing for like the verses. So I made this beat a couple days ago, and I did something interesting with the halftime. See, I added it here, but I didn't fully add it. Like I only added 67. Don't laugh, please. I only added 67%. Because I just felt like when I had this at 100%, it was doing too much. Like, listen. But then whenever I had it at 67, I fucking hate brain rot. This is what it would sound like. You know, it kept like the main melody, but also you could still hear halftime like being affected. Oh wow. I'm tweaking with a mix on a beat I already done, because that clap, I mean not clap, that snare is too much. But yeah, that was basically a tutorial on like how I think of melodies, my thought process when I'm making beats. Well, I don't really think, I just like click in. I don't think when I make beats, I just click in until it sounds good. Like when you first start making beats, you're gonna worry about all this melody shit, you're gonna worry about chords, you're gonna worry about like, you actually care about it. But once you get so comfortable and used to it, and you know, just used to it, I just said that like twice, you're really not gonna think when you make your beat. You're just gonna click in until it sounds good. Like I'm gonna make another beat just for the video, and I'm not gonna like walk through my steps. I'm just gonna make the beat. Like I'm just gonna open up Serum, pick a preset, and make a beat without, you know, doing what I just did. Let me just use a bank I don't think I've ever used, like this. I don't think I've ever used this. It's a decent sound. I'll just start off with this, and I'll just start off with bass notes. Change this to like 160. This B flat's not in time. Alright, that's cool. So now I'll start on the top line. that's cool. And then I'll layer that with a key. Okay, please, with a key. Oh, they don't have any keys. They don't have any plugs. They don't have any pads. Oh, they do have 2 pads? Damn. What shit show did I pick? I'm gonna pick another fucking bank. This bank sucks ass. Holy shit. I'm trying to find one I've like never used before. My go-to banks, just in case anyone's curious, I just added this today. Maybe I should use that. But my go-to kits are like this gold serum bank, this white Prince one, and then this X Xander kit. Those are like my favorite kits to use. I'll just use gold. Fuck it. So much for using something new. Alright, now I'm gonna add a counter melody. I can hear a counter melody playing already, so I'm just gonna add a counter melody. Let's pick a lead. I need to change that sound instant. I can even build a melody off that sound. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, we'll layer that lead with like a pad. Alright, and now what I'm gonna do is get like a plug and then just make chords from the plug. That's normally what I do. I just use a plug for chords. Cause like this melody's already like how much room this melody is already filling up. Like if I would add a chord, it would be like no room. Like if I did a chord, like if I added a synth, I'm not saying you don't have to do this. Like you can do whatever you want to do. Like, you know, it's your beats. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm just saying for my beats. It's not even in key. I just feel like it's too much, like too much space is filling up. Like there's no, if I would have picked this, there would be no space for an artist to do what they have to do. Then again, rolling back to what I just said at the start of the video, sound selection is key. So let me mute this. So don't think this pluck's actually playing the chords. Pick another sound. It's cool. I'm gonna raise it an octave, and I'm gonna layer the chords with a key. Also, layering is just an easy way to get counter melodies. Or an arp. Let me see what the arp sound like. Nope. Nope. Fuck no. Okay. Keys. It is. Alright, the mel's done. Now I'm gonna pitch it. See what I can pitch it. What was that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna pitch it up 3. Back here, see if it's in key. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna change the sound. I'm gonna add halftime. This would sound cool with this sound. I can already tell. And I would change this one more time. Now what would this sound like with halftime? See this? I like that. Now I'm gonna change this sound. Alright, now the mel's done. Just like that. That was more like me just guess autopiloting, I guess you would call it. See, how long did that take? Like 10 minutes? Yeah, 11 minutes for a mel. Actually, it's not that fast, but I've seen Slayer do it in like 5 minutes, but Slayer's too fast at making beats, bro. Slayer can make a beat in a song in like an hour, fully mixed song, fully mixed beat in like an hour. It's like, bro, I can't do that. It would take me 2 to 3 hours to do that. It would take me like, if I'm actually like wanting to make a song, I would make a beat, I mix the beat, export the beat, then recording a song would take me around an hour, and then mixing it would take another 2 hours. I don't know how Slayer does it so fast. Oh, I don't know why I need that drums. Okay, something in here's like, okay, cool, it's this, so we'll change this sound. reason why I changed it there, the synth was doing too much. What I mean doing too much, like if I go back to that synth, like listen to the listen. This is what I was reacting to. This is why I changed it. It was this. I didn't like how the high end was sounding. I didn't like that, so that's why I changed it. Same thing with this. I'm not liking this. I'm gonna change it. I know it's like super picky things, but wait, that's actually cool. I'm gonna pick a pad that's more present. Alright, I'm gonna change these. I'll pick another plug. So the plug that I used the last time, I don't even know. Cool, the mail's done. I mean, it was already done. I was just changing the sound until I found sounds I actually like. Okay, now we can add drums. I think the longest parts, I won't say time I take on beats, but like the hi-hats is what I take the longest on setting a foundation for. That's cool. It's almost like the same hi-hat pattern from the last beat. Well, I think it is the same hi-hat pattern from the last beat, except I added this A here. So like I'm kind of like using the same shit that I've already used. And it's because like if it works, why not just use it? You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's something so simple like, oh, the hi-hat pattern sounds the same. Well, I'm gonna use it in every beat because it works. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend doing that, especially if you want to become a better producer. Like, I need to start diversing my shit, but I'll worry about that at a different time. Right now, I enjoy, cooking up what I cook up. don't think an open hat. It already has the lay on it. I was gonna add reverb, but it already has the lay on it, so it's fine. Oops. What the Okay. How long did that take? Another half hour. Yeah, it takes me around half an hour to make a beat normally if I'm not doing if I'm not talking or not doing any tutorials. We could raise that 808. And a clap. Alright. Damn, I'm getting tired. What time is it? Only 10:15. Boom. Alright. Actually this, then I'll do this, and then for the bridge it'll just be the chords and this, just be this, and it'll be the chorus. Mess up, I did. that's the end for the tutorial. At least I'm still gonna stream, but tutorial wise, the main thing takeaway: sound selection is key. And don't overthink your melodies. It can be as repetitive as you want. I have like so many melodies that just repeat over and over and over again. Like literally, all my beats are probably like that, and I kind of need to stop doing that. But it's fine. I'm still new to producing. Y'all are still new to producing. That's why y'all clicked on this video, and I'm here to help y'all because in 7 months, I think my beats are pretty decent. I don't think they're amazing or industry standard like some of these other people beats are. I just think my beats are good. I don't think they're like great or amazing or oh my god, like I should be a platinum producer or anything. I don't think anything like that. I just think my beats are good, and I'm trying to help y'all out. So if y'all want to see more videos like these, tune into the streams to see the cook up, and I'll probably make another video like this soon. But that's the end of the video. I'm still gonna stream though.